You've probably been drinking milk your entire life. Maybe it was part of your childhood breakfasts. Maybe it still comforts you in your coffee each morning. But after the age of 60, that glass of milk might not be the friend you once thought it was. As we grow older, our bodies change, quietly, steadily. What once nourished us can begin to weigh us down, disrupt our digestion, and weaken the very bones we thought it was helping. Yes, milk is often seen as the bone protector. But not all milk is created equal. And after 60, certain types of milk can actually harm your bones, your joints, even your memory. Have you felt more tired lately, even after a full night's sleep? Do your knees ache after walking across the kitchen? Do you struggle to stay sharp, even with your morning coffee? What if the answer isn't your age, but your milk? Today, we're going to uncover 3 types of milk you should avoid after 60. These aren't strange or exotic products. They're familiar, comforting, and that's what makes them so quietly dangerous. And later, we'll also touch on better options your body will thank you for. So grab a warm seat, maybe a notepad, and let's begin. Your bones, your heart, and your mind will be glad you did. Let me tell you about Martha. She's 68, lives in a quiet town in Ohio, and like many of you, she starts her day with a warm cup of coffee and just a splash of sweetened milk. She told me, "It reminds me of mornings when my kids were young. It's comforting." But lately, something's been off. Her knees ache more. She feels stiff getting out of bed. She's tired, even after a full night's rest. At first, she chalked it up to just getting older. Don't we all? But the real reason wasn't her age. It was what she was adding to her cup every single morning. This isn't just Martha's story. It's the story of millions of seniors who trust that milk is always good for them, simply because it always was. But new research is telling us something very different. A recent study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that some common types of milk, especially ones with added fats or sugars, may actually increase the risk of chronic inflammation, bone thinning, and even cognitive decline in adults over 65. Your body changes with time. So should your milk. That splash of comfort in your morning routine might be quietly undoing all the good habits you're working hard to maintain. And most of the time, you won't even feel it happening until the effects have already added up. Now, I know this may sound unsettling, but that's why today's message is so important. Because once you know which types of milk to avoid, you can take your health back, one small glass at a time. So let's look closely at the first milk that might be hurting you more than it's helping. 1. Whole milk, the silent heartbreaker. Let's start with the one we all grew up with. Whole milk, the classic, the comfort, the tall glass on the breakfast table when we were kids, the good for your bones go-to from every health class in the 60s and 70s. But here's the uncomfortable truth. After 60, your body is no longer built to handle whole milk the way it used to. Whole milk contains a high level of saturated fat, over 4.5 grams in just one 8-ounce cup. And while your younger self could burn that off in a heartbeat, your older body has to work twice as hard to process it. Your arteries have stiffened, your metabolism has slowed, your heart is carrying a heavier load than it did 30 years ago. So what happens when you keep feeding it heavy, full-fat dairy? LDL cholesterol, the bad kind, starts to rise. Your blood vessels narrow, your circulation weakens, and your risk of heart attacks, stroke, and high blood pressure creeps up quietly. You might feel it in small ways at first. A bit more breathless after walking to the mailbox, some tightness in your chest when you climb stairs, that stubborn fatigue that won't quite go away. You tell yourself, it's just age. But what if it's not? What if your morning glass of milk is making your joints ache and your energy crash? On top of that, whole milk is calorie-dense. It adds weight slowly, especially around the belly, and that weight puts extra stress on your knees, hips, and lower back. And here's something most people miss. As we age, many of us develop lactose intolerance, even if we never had it before. That bloating after breakfast? That discomfort in your stomach? It might not be random. It might be your body trying to speak to you. So while whole milk might still look innocent in your fridge, for many seniors, it's no longer a source of strength. It's a silent heartbreaker. 2. Sweetened condensed milk, the sugary trap. Now let's talk about something even sneakier. Sweetened condensed milk. Just the name sounds comforting, doesn't it? Maybe it reminds you of warm holiday desserts, or a splash in your morning coffee that takes you back to sweeter times. But behind that creamy, nostalgic flavor is a ticking time bomb, especially for aging bodies. 1 tablespoon contains over 10 grams of added sugar, and most people use more than one without even thinking. That sugar rush doesn't just give you a short energy spike. It sends your blood sugar soaring and your pancreas into panic mode. For seniors, especially those with prediabetes or blood sugar issues, this is like pouring fuel on a smoldering fire. Even more concerning, repeated blood sugar spikes lead to chronic inflammation, a root cause of everything from joint pain to memory loss to heart disease. Have you ever heard Alzheimer's referred to as type 3 diabetes? It's because insulin resistance plays a key role in how your brain functions. So every time you stir a spoonful of condensed milk into your drink, you're not just indulging. You might be compromising your memory down the road. You might notice you're forgetting simple things. You walk into a room and forget why, or you struggle to recall names, even familiar ones. It feels like aging. But sugar overload could be speeding it up. On top of that, condensed milk's thick richness slows digestion, causes bloating, and leaves many people feeling sluggish. Add in the burden on your heart, because sugar raises triglycerides and stiffens arteries, and that little treat suddenly feels far less sweet. And yet, we use it so casually, in tea, in coffee, in recipes passed down from grandma. It's tradition, it's comfort, it's memory, but it might also be robbing you of the very clarity and comfort you deserve in this stage of life. So if you've been using it daily, or even a few times a week, it's time to consider what it may be costing you. 3. Rice milk, the weakest link. Now here's the one that catches many people by surprise: rice milk. It sounds light, it's dairy-free, it's plant-based. You'd think it's the healthiest choice in the fridge, but for seniors, rice milk may be the weakest link of all. Let's start with the basics. Rice milk has almost no protein, less than 1 gram per serving. After age 60, your body begins to lose muscle at a faster rate, and without enough protein, your strength, balance, and mobility all begin to decline. You might not feel it right away, but when you find it harder to stand up, when your legs feel shaky, when your balance starts slipping, your milk choice could be part of the reason. Now, here's the part no one talks about. Rice milk often contains inorganic arsenic, a toxic element absorbed by rice plants from the soil. For healthy young adults, small amounts might not be an issue. But for seniors whose detox systems are slowing down, arsenic can build up and put pressure on the liver, kidneys, and even increase risk of certain cancers over time. Still sound healthy? There's more. Rice milk is also high glycemic, meaning it spikes your blood sugar quickly, even without added sugar. That spike may leave you feeling drained, hungry again within an hour, or even dizzy. If you're managing prediabetes or type 2 diabetes, rice milk is not your friend. It's like drinking sweetened water, with no fiber, no protein, and no long-lasting energy. And sadly, many seniors switch to rice milk thinking it's gentle. But in reality, it's nutritionally empty. and potentially harmful in the long run. If your bones are getting weaker, if your kidneys are under stress, if your energy feels like a roller coaster, rice milk might be quietly contributing to it all. So let's not be fooled by the label. Light doesn't mean right. It's time to let rice milk go and make space for options that actually strengthen and support your aging body. Now, at this point, you might be wondering, so what now? Do I have to give up milk forever? Absolutely not. This isn't about cutting out everything you love. It's about choosing better, making simple, smart swaps that support your body instead of working against it. You don't need to throw away the idea of milk. You just need to update it to match the version of your body that exists today. Because here's the good news. There are milk alternatives that can actually help you after 60. Not just less harmful, but truly helpful. Milks that soothe your stomach, protect your heart, strengthen your bones, and even support your memory. In fact, in our next video, we're going to walk you through the 3 best milk choices for seniors. And trust me, you're going to want to take notes for that one. But for now, let me give you a little sneak peek. The first is fermented soy milk, a true powerhouse for bone strength, muscle preservation, and brain clarity. It's loaded with plant-based protein and gentle on the gut, especially when fermented. It's like nourishment with wisdom built in. Then there's unsweetened almond milk. Light, heart-friendly, and rich in vitamin E, a natural antioxidant that supports your brain and protects your cells from aging stress. And finally, calcium-fortified oat milk, smooth, creamy, and perfect for your bones, your sleep, and your digestion. It even contains beta-glucan, a special fiber that helps lower cholesterol and keep your heart strong. Imagine replacing something that drags you down with something that lifts you up. It's not a sacrifice, it's an upgrade, a daily act of self-care that can truly change how you feel. So don't be discouraged. You're not losing milk, you're gaining energy, clarity, and resilience just by making a smarter choice. Stay with us, because next time we'll show you how the right milk can be more than a drink. It can be medicine, comfort, and strength, all in one glass. We all have foods that bring us comfort. A warm cup of milk, a sweet treat from childhood, a taste that reminds us of home, of family, of simpler times. And there's nothing wrong with that. Comfort matters, especially in our later years. But what if that comfort is quietly causing harm? What if that daily habit, the one that feels safe, familiar, and even joyful, is quietly adding pressure to your joints, fog to your memory, and weight to your heart? You see, there's a difference between what comforts the heart and what strengthens the body. And here's the hard truth. Sometimes they're not the same thing. But that doesn't mean we throw it all away. We don't need to erase the past to protect our future. We simply need to adjust, evolve, listen to what our bodies are trying to tell us. Martha, yes, the same Martha from Ohio, made just one change. She stopped using sweetened condensed milk in her coffee every morning. That's it. Within 2 weeks, she told us her sleep was deeper. Her joints felt less stiff in the morning, and she had more energy to walk her little dog around the block again. She didn't overhaul her entire diet. She just made one quiet, consistent shift. And it made a world of difference. Sometimes it's not the big things that wear us down. It's the little things we do every day without even thinking. And sometimes it's not age slowing us down. It's our habits. But here's the best part. You can change them at any time, at any age, starting with something as simple as your milk, because comfort should never come at the cost of health. And when you find something that gives you both, that's when real healing begins. Let's be honest. Milk doesn't seem like a big deal. It's just a small part of your morning, your routine, your cup of coffee or tea. But here's something we often forget. The things we do every single day matter more than the things we do once in a while. That small glass, that small splash, becomes hundreds of choices over the course of a year. And each one is either helping your body stay strong or quietly draining your energy, your clarity, your independence. So let me ask you this. Is the milk you're drinking working for you or against you? Is it building your bones or wearing them down? Is it giving you steady energy or leaving you bloated and tired? Is it helping your memory stay sharp or slowly adding fog to your thoughts? These are not questions to scare you. They're questions to empower you. Because once you recognize how much power you hold in these small choices, you can reclaim control over how you age. Your body is always speaking to you. Sometimes it whispers with a little stiffness. Sometimes it grumbles with bloating. And sometimes it begs for relief with fatigue that never seems to go away. The key is to listen before it starts yelling, before the damage becomes harder to undo. Changing your milk may feel like a small step, but it's a meaningful one. And sometimes, the smallest steps open the biggest doors to more energy, better sleep, sharper thinking, and a body that supports the life you still want to live. So now it's your turn. Take a quiet moment and think about the milk in your fridge. Is it truly serving you, or just a habit you've carried for years? You deserve better than just getting by. You deserve to wake up with less pain, to move with more ease, to remember things with clarity. And sometimes, the first step is as simple as pouring a different glass. We're not here to make you fearful. We're here to help you feel empowered, one choice, one meal, one morning at a time. So tell me, what kind of milk are you using right now? Have you ever tried switching to something lighter or more nourishing? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your story, because your story might help someone else feel less alone in theirs. And if this video gave you something to think about, consider subscribing. We're building a community of seniors who want to live smarter, not harder. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself, because your health is still your greatest asset. We'll see you in the next video.